Welcome to the Fret Friends Podcast, a guitar and music podcast here to instruct, inform, and showcase. Fret Friends is a podcast from AP Guitar, a music tuition business established in 2012, which provide lessons, workshops, and courses to students all over the world. So here's your host, Adam Picard.
Master the guitar at your own pace. Personalized lessons, real progress, anytime. The AP Guitar Master Program is ideal for busy people who cannot commit to live lessons each week. You will receive a personalized video lesson, which is recorded just for you, from me, not pre-recorded, each Friday. You'll be invited into WhatsApp community, and you'll have full access to me for feedback and guidance throughout the week. So it's like having a guitar teacher in your pocket, essentially. If this sounds like something you'd be interested in, then please express your interest by emailing me on contact@apguitar.co.uk. I will send you a registration form, you can share your goals with me, and then we get started. Good day to you, I hope you're well. Welcome to Fret Friends. And as this fine gentleman just said, my name is Adam, and I am your host. We are on Season 2, Episode 4. And I'm thrilled to say that Fret Friends is currently listened to in 31 countries, so one more than last week. So you're clearly enjoying it. I hope you continue to enjoy it. Remember, you can listen back to Season 1, which has all of the guitar and music lessons within it. But this season, of course, I decided to open up a little bit more about my personal life. And this episode will be the most that I've opened up so far about me and only me. So what I never expected this job to involve, and also to be practicing on almost a daily basis, but at least once or twice a week. Scales, yes. Spider exercises, yes. But this is not a guitar related exercise that I didn't expect this job to involve. In fact, it's not the guitar, it's not music, it's nothing to do with guitar or music. It's the other part of the job. You see, I realized as I've gotten older that people that need to be helped help others. And I'm sure that there is a saying there, but I'm not going to Google it. People that need to be helped help others. We all have our issues, do not get me wrong. And I help myself first. I think, again, there's another saying. I really should have checked these sayings out. It's something about you have two hands. One hand helps yourself or feeds yourself. The other helps or feeds others. Whatever. But without helping myself first, I'm no good to anyone else. And not that you need this really to be explained to you, but it might give you an idea just in case you think something terrible is happening. It is not. I am good. But in 2014, I was diagnosed with a mental health condition. An invisible chronic one, which has its good days and its bad days. It is the one that is often misrepresented as turning light switches on and off. Like many people living with such conditions, you manage it to the best of your ability and you just get on. I enjoy teaching. I love helping others. It's for their benefit, ultimately. Of course it is. But I would be lying if I didn't admit that there is something in it for me. And what I never expected this job to involve, or as much at least, is empathy and the giving of it. Now, this could be whether a student, they are distressed in learning a particular guitar part, not having enough time at home to work on each practice task. And yes, sometimes you do not have enough time. I completely understand that. You do not have to believe or listen to the influences that tell you that everyone has the same 24 hours in a day. Of course not. So that's one part of it. Or whether it looks like a student coming in telling you they're getting bullied at school or they're having a relationship breakdown. This is of all ages. Overwhelmed with life's stresses, or home life is not looking too rosy at that point, illness, death, divorce, issues with children, you name the nasty but unfortunate common experience, and I have counselled it. this is not some shiny corporate business here. So I am friends with my students. We work together towards our goals, primarily, sure. But I do think of AP Guitar as more of a family business. It's not some weird sort of cult either. Like, there's not going to be a Netflix documentary or series based on it. Most of the time, we are just getting down to business and we are learning. But if I wasn't so in love with music and the guitar especially, and all the incredible students that this planet has blessed me with from all over the world, then I would be a counsellor, because I am a counsellor, but just unofficially. And I love doing it if it's required, of course, and it is never, ever taxing for me. Listen, the whole point I'm trying to make here is that I quite possibly need to help others, to help other people, as selfish as that may come across. My family may or may not hear this, but they always say, yeah, of course, we know that, but you don't know me as well. And I think that there is clearly a connection between guitar, music, learning guitar, with confidence and mental health. And I have taught and I teach and I have taught multiple children over the years with autism and anxiety. Anxiety is just all too common these days with children. I mean, you can say what you want. Children are not lazy. Social media is not their problem. It is there. Life is harder in 2025 for children. Fact. Life is harder for their parents in the houses that they grow up and they spend 24/7 in. Fact. I would teach for free if I could, to help children like this grow their confidence, face their fears, and feel good about themselves. But this does not happen. There is no funding, really. Incredibly difficult to gain. Some schools don't even have music lessons, and of course private lessons can be expensive. A student of mine told me a few years ago that he was taking GCSE music, and there were 5 of them that were doing it. I mean, that itself is pretty telling. But when they had their lesson, they had to get in a minibus and go to a different school once a week to be taught their music GCSE class by a teacher in a different school with different students. They just had to literally sit in their class, as they didn't have a music teacher of their own. I mean, what? But you can, I don't know, can you blame teachers for not wanting to teach music in schools? What is music GCSE in schools at the moment? I genuinely hoped that it had changed since I was last at school. And I can't remember the year, but I think I probably left school in 2004. It could be 2003, but I think it's 2004. Probably, maybe. But I just looked now online and I found some past GCSE papers. I even found the one from 2024. And I just opened up Component 3 Appraising. Now, the first thing you do is you have to analyse a piece of music, written, of course, traditionally, classically, by Bach. Now, you have to do things like underline the key to which the music modulates at the end of the extract. That was word for word. Subdominant minor, subdominant major, dominant minor, or dominant major. Now, mate, this is really impressive stuff. And that's great if that's the road that you're going down. But not all, or even many of these children will want to learn things like that. They will want to play music. They will want to express themselves. They don't want to learn classical music. They want to write songs on their own, on their guitars, and record them in their bedrooms, on GarageBand, on their laptops. They want to put on SoundCloud. They want to express themselves. I really hope that I'm wrong. I didn't look any further into it. I sort of skim-read the rest of that paper, but kids are not connecting with the Baroque era, sir. Music history is important, do not get me wrong, but my thoughts are, finally, that a contemporary element should be added in. I really hope I'm wrong. I really hope that I'm missing something huge and that there is more modern aspects to this exam, because that is pathetic if you have not changed it in 20 years. It's quite incredible. It's not okay at all. Not all of our children want to be bankers or work in the city. Some may want to do that, and some of our children have souls that need to be fed through music and art and being creative. So sort it out, basically. On that note, I'm afraid that this episode was never going to be upbeat. You can listen to some of the other ones if you want that, but I hope that you've learned a thing or two, because that does wrap up this episode of Fret Friends. Season 2, Episode 4, What I Never Expected This Job to Involve. Empathy. If you like what you hear, please rate this podcast so that it reaches more people. As I said at the start, clearly very, very proud of this. We're or not. We are in 31 different countries now, which is great. Thank you so much. Remember, you can listen back to season 1, which is all music and guitar related tips. If you want to read more about all things AP Guitar, then you can visit www.apguitar.co.uk, where you can find out more about my lessons, workshops, video courses, and the drum roll, baby, AP Guitar Master Program. But for now, take care of yourself and your loved ones, and we'll catch up very, very soon.